A huge win for the Mariners tonight. This one came all the way down to the wire. And even as a fan, I can be honest, Mariners got kind of lucky tonight, but we'll take it. Starting with a really weird play right here. And they actually credited JP Crawford for a hit here, and it doesn't make a ton of sense. Bottom of the second inning, 2 outs, runner on first base. He's going to chop a grounder out here to second base. And the second baseman, I don't know if he forgot how many outs there were. I don't know what he was doing. Kind of comes up slow with the ball and just allows JP Crawford to get the first base. He played this so slow that even the play at second base, he's way slow for that. And got to give credit to JP Crawford as well, running all the way through the play, hustling down the line. I just thought it was weird that they counted this as a hit, though. I feel like that's got to be an error. Really, really weird play. But that brings up the top of the order. Victor Robles, a very, very aggressive hitter. Still 2 outs, runners on first and second. He's going to get a good pitch to hit, take advantage of it, rip this out to the wall for a double, scoring 2 runs. This was huge. And here's the thing. Something I really like about Victor Robles' game is in spots like this, I know he's going to be aggressive, and that can't hinder him in other situations. But I like him in spots like this because I know if a pitcher makes a mistake like this, he's going to hit it hard somewhere. And this is a bad located first pitch. He really hung that, almost leaves the stadium, but that is a huge 2 runs there. We will take it. And it was allowed again because of that error on that second baseman prior to this. And the Mariners have had a lot of hard hit balls not go their way this year. So it was nice to see some of that math kind of work in our favor in this game. And another very pivotal moment here. Julio Rodriguez is going to flash the leather out there in center field. 1 out, top of the 4th inning, out into the gap. This is a really tough play and a decently located pitch. Just kind of slaps that one out there, but Julio gets a good jump on it, makes the diving play. That potentially saves a run. If he doesn't make that catch, that runner on first base might have scored on this if it gets by him. And even though Julio's bat has not been great, plays like this make him still one of the most valuable center fielders, and I don't ever want to lose sight of that. This guy can really, really play defense. And the unsung hero of this game, honestly, you might even be able to call him the MVP of this game. Dylan Moore at third base made 2 really big plays. This is one of them, top of the 5th inning. 1 out, runners on the corners, first and third, a chopper to third base. He runs in on this, has to make a quick decision because I think he maybe had a chance to get that runner at third, still slings it over there to secure an out at first base. And looking at this angle here, this is a tough decision. You really got to decide quick there. Good quick release to get it over the first base. I do think he had a chance if he went home with this. He gets the ball here. He's thinking about it there. I think if it's a good throw, probably has a chance, but didn't want to take the risk. Secured himself an out. Still managed to keep it a 1-run game here. We will take it. And then some more of that luck working in the Mariners' favor. Top of the 9th inning, Andres Munoz, pitcher on the mound, the closer. Ton of faith in him, but he really struggled early to find the strike zone. The tying run is on second base with 1 out. Technically speaking, a base hit should tie this game up, and the Mariners get really lucky here. Dingler slaps this thing out here in between the shortstop and third base, and this pitch location too, that's not necessarily a good pitch to hit. 2 strikes, that's well out of the zone. Still manages to get this in a spot where it finds a hole, and it goes right close enough to make that runner at second base hesitate and does not advance home. We got really lucky here, guys. It's just close enough to the shortstop where that runner at second thinks there's a chance for it to be caught. I do think if he gets a good enough jump and he runs through this, especially with some of the throws we've seen from the outfield recently, probably has a good chance to make it to tie the game at the plate. But the runner hesitates, and that honestly kind of saves the game. Got pretty lucky on that play. And then the biggest play of the game right here. This was crazy. And the base runner actually had a pretty heads up play here to try to block this throw into the plate, but you got bases loaded. It's 1 out, and they're going to get another chopper grounder out here to third base. Dylan Moore is going to have to make a quick decision. He goes straight home with it. No hesitation. Good throw into the plate. They get the out, maintain that 1-run lead. And I just want to show you guys this right here. Heads up play by this runner at third base. He runs into the infield grass and he tries to cut off the angle of this throw from third base into home. He almost borderline looks like he's out of the base path. Maybe could have called interference here, but watch this base runner at third base. He's going to get into the grass, come in And then at the very end, I mean, the catcher kind of has to keep his foot on the plate. It's not a bag. So you're kind of have to kind of be in the way. Slides into him. I think maybe trying to knock that ball out a little bit too. Garver, the catcher for the Mariners, didn't seem to like this too much. But I think part of the reason why he kind of got upset with this play is he's really, really trying to cut this throw off. I mean, he's borderline in interference territory. For him to get that far in the infield grass to try to cut off this angle, it's a heads up play. This could have gone bad. And I'm also really happy he did not catch too much of his ankle. We'll take it, though. That's a huge win. And one more thing for all the Mariners fans that have been watching Jorge Polanco at third base. I think another thing to keep in mind here, one of my concerns for this season after watching Jorge Polanco at third base, who missed this game, is I think in big spots like this, especially that first play that I showed you where he had to make that quick decision and then throw to first, and then this play right here, you can make a case that if Jorge Polanco was playing third base today, you probably don't win this game. I think this was a huge testament to what Dylan Moore can do in certain positions in the infield. He can be a serviceable third baseman. And I think in big spots like this, you probably have to keep him in the game or somebody other than Polanco at third base. And here's the thing, maybe Polanco, if he's in the lineup, hits well and makes up for his defense. So I don't want to take too much away from him. And I hate that I have to keep crapping on this guy's defense because his bat has been the most consistent on the team this year. That's two huge plays in big spots at third base. And if Polanco's there, I don't think these plays get made. And I think that's something to keep in mind going forward. You got to have good defense in high leverage situations. So another kind of lucky break here. Polanco was not at third base. I'm just being honest. Please, guys, if you watch to this point, please leave a like, a comment, and if you want, subscribe as well. It helps my channel a ton. I really appreciate every single person that watches, likes, comments, subscribes. I read every single comment as well. So if you guys have more feedback or things I missed or things you disagree with, please comment. I read them all. I can't promise I'll respond to them all, but I do read them. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see if they can kind of carry this momentum forward. I really hope they can.